Hello, good morning, everybody. So, what we had discussed in the earlier chapters were earlier chapter was that we discussed about uneven sex ratio. How is it a problem, and how can we solve the problem of uneven sex ratio, right? And today we are going to talk about HIV or AIDS. I had already started off with the topic, okay, and we have to start from what is AIDS, right? AIDS, acquired immune deficiency syndrome. That's the full form of AIDS. In simple words, AIDS means extinction of immunity in human body, which causes several diseases. Now, you all know what immunity is because since COVID came, you all became aware about the term immunity. Immunity means your body's power to fight with foreign objects, your body's power to fight with any diseases. Now, AIDS, when you have AIDS or when you get AIDS, your body's immunity becomes so low that it almost becomes zero. So you become more prone, you become more this thing to getting any sort of disease. Even if there is small cold or cough, you will get it and you will not be able to recover from that cold and cough for months and months. Sometimes people get dizzy, sometimes people get fever and they are not able to recover for days and days because they have AIDS. Why? Because their immunity is almost extinct. Extinct એટલે ખતમ થઈ જાવી. So your body's immunity becomes extinct. It becomes almost zero. That your body's power to fight any sort of disease becomes almost impossible. Then that condition is called as AIDS. An individual suffers from AIDS after a few years of having HIV. So first you get the virus. Virus is the HIV virus, and after few years you get AIDS. Now, when we all get confused with what is HIV and what is AIDS. HIV is the virus, and that virus causes AIDS in people. Like how COVID is the virus and corona is the disease which people get, right? So COVID-19 is the virus and corona is the disease which people tend to get. Okay, same way HIV is the virus and AIDS is the disease which people tend to get. HIV, after entering into human body, diminishes immunity in a gradual manner, and therefore the person with HIV becomes the victim of several diseases. So what happens is that once you get HIV virus in your body, slowly that virus almost it starts attacking your immunity, and then you get a lot of diseases, then you get several diseases and your body is not able to cure from that diseases, then that condition is called as AIDS. The first the first victim of AIDS was noticed in America in 1981. Gradually, the disease spread from homosexuals of Los Angeles. So, the first patient of AIDS was found in America in the year 1981. Okay, and it is usually in those times it was usually spread by homosexuals. Homosexuals are your gays and lesbians. So in those times it was usually spread by gays and lesbians, okay, in the year 1981, and then it was spread to the rest part of the world. In India, for the first time, Dr. Suniti Solomon had diagnosed the sex worker with HIV in Chennai in 1986. So in India, it was Dr. Suniti who had discovered an AIDS patient, an HIV patient, and that patient was a sex worker. Sex worker meaning those women who sell their body at night for money. Sell their body in the sense they get engaged into sexual activity in exchange for money. ઇન સિમ્પલ વર્ડ્સ એ લોકો રાતના કોઈક બીજા સાથે સૂવે તાકી એ લોકોને પૈસા મળી શકે. વોટ ડુ યુ કોલ એઝ પ્રોસ્ટિટ્યુટ્સ. ઓકે, so it was spread by a prostitute in Chennai. The sex worker had the symptoms of the disease in the later years. So she was old and the sex worker was not that old, but she got the symptoms of AIDS in much later years. By the year 1987, there were addition 135 patients of HIV, among whom 14 were totally affected by AIDS. So by the time, the first patient was discovered in 1986, and by the time it was 1987, there were around 135 patients who were who were having HIV, and out of those 135 patients, 14 already had AIDS. How does AIDS spread? Now the question comes, how is AIDS spread? AIDS is caused by HIV. Obviously, it's the virus. HIV can be destroyed if it is outside the body, but once it enters the human body, it is difficult to destroy it. So once it is outside the human body, let's say this is my skin. On my skin, there is no cut, nothing. And on my skin, there is a drop of blood, which is of an HIV patient. Then, if I wash my hand or if I put my hand in the thing, then it is that HIV virus is destroyed. But once it enters my body, let's say the blood is here on my hand and I didn't wash it, I simply ate food with that hand. It enters my body, then I can get AIDS. Okay, so it's very easy to destroy the HIV virus once it's outside the body, but once it enters the body, it is almost next to impossible to destroy that virus. Dr. Prakash Vaishnav and Dr. Vrajlal Patel has explained how AIDS enters human body in their book titled AIDS, A Yugno Mahakal. So there were two doctors. One is Dr. Prakash Vaishnav and another is Dr. Vrajlal Patel. Both of them have explained HIV and AIDS in great detail in their book AIDS, A Yugno Mahakal. According to them, AIDS enters the human body through 4 mediums. So there are 4 ways through which AIDS can enter your body. Okay, what are those mediums? First, unprotected sexual relations. When you get engaged into sexual relations with people you don't know, or who are sex workers or who sell their body for sex, then you can get AIDS from them. Next is blood. Third is mother, and fourth is non-sterilized equipments. Let's say that I need blood, and an AIDS patient supplies me blood, then I will get AIDS. So through blood, okay. Or if I am an AIDS patient and if I have cut on my hand and I'm bleeding and I shake hands with you, and my blood touched your skin, and you also have a cut on your skin, and you shook hands with me and I touched your cut with my blood, then you can also get AIDS. Okay, next is through mother. If my mother has AIDS, then I have high possibility of getting AIDS. But now, as I told you in class the other day, there are a lot of medicines to prevent that. Next is non-sterilized equipments. Non-sterilized equipment means that whenever we get injections, or whenever we are put any needle in the hospital, or any kind of sharp object is there, it has to be sterilized. Sterilized means alcohol के sanitizer नहीं, पण alcohol ने गरम पानी में इन्हें धोવું पड़े. That's called sterilized. Okay, you need to sterilize that so all the germs on those things can die out. When that is not done, there are high chances of you getting AIDS. Okay, let's say that somebody tattooed me and I have AIDS, and they went and tattooed you without sterilizing the needle or without changing the needle, then you can get AIDS too. Okay, so that is non-sterilized equipment. How does AIDS do not spread? Now we know how is AIDS spread. Now we are going to discuss how is AIDS not spread. It does not spread by shaking hands, sitting or eating with AIDS patient, nor does it spread by hugging or kissing them. Okay, obviously, unless and until there is a cut. Okay, remember this. If there is a cut, if the blood is flowing, then you can get AIDS. But if there is no cut, there is no injury on the hand, you're shaking hands with them, you're eating food with them, then that's completely normal, it's completely fine. So AIDS is not spread by shaking hands, by sitting or eating with AIDS patient, nor is it spread by hugging them or kissing them. It doesn't spread by taking bath in a pond, river, or a swimming pool with AIDS patient. Okay, so if you're jumping in a pond or a river or a lake, okay, and there is an AIDS patient with you, then AIDS won't be spread to you like that. It does not spread by coughing or sneezing of AIDS patient. If an AIDS patient is next to you, if they are coughing or sneezing, then it does not spread. It does not spread by fly or a mosquito or a bug. Obviously, if there's a fly or a mosquito or insect, who has bitten an AIDS patient and comes and bites you, then you won't get AIDS. Okay, એવી રીતના સ્પ્રેડ થાત AIDS તો કેટલા બધા લોકોને AIDS હોત. Okay, but it's not spread by the bite of a fly, mosquito, or a bug. It does not spread by the use of public toilet. So if you're using a public toilet, okay, which an AIDS patient has used it, you will not get AIDS. It does not spread by tears or sweat of AIDS patient. It does not spread by tears or sweat means pasino of an AIDS patient. Reasons of HIV AIDS. How is HIV AIDS spread, and how is it spreading? HIV AIDS is not merely public health concern, it also results in the violation of social norms and values. So AIDS is not just a problem of a medical problem, but it's also a problem of the society, because if there are too many AIDS patients, we come to know that people are engaging in a lot of bad practices or bad things. Okay, not only the patient of AIDS and their family, but the society, culture, economy, and population also comes under the adverse effect of AIDS. So it's not just that you are getting AIDS, so it's a problem. No. Once you get AIDS, your family goes through a lot of problem, the society goes through problem, the country goes through problem. So a lot of, the whole society gets affected even if one person has AIDS. From all perspective, AIDS is not merely a health problem, it's also a social problem. So this is the way AIDS is not just a problem of the medicine, but it's also the problem of the society. Let us try to understand the reason of AIDS as a social problem. Now we are going to discuss AIDS as a social problem. Why is it a problem of the society that is there around us? First is unprotected sexual relation, that is having sexual activity or engaging into sexual relations with somebody having AIDS. You can get AIDS. Unprotected sexual relation is the main reason of AIDS. Now, whenever you are getting engaged with anybody, whenever you are getting engaged in a sexual activity with an unknown person, okay, whom you don't know that well, you need to make sure that you are engaging into a sexual relation using protection. Protection means condoms. Okay, so you have to make sure that the boy is using it, or like even for girls now you have condoms. So you have to make sure that if you are engaging into a sexual activity with an unknown person, or with a person that you don't know so well, then you have to make sure that you engage into sexual activity using protection. Okay, usually people do not use protection while getting engaged into sexual activity. That usually results in spreading of AIDS. When a man or a woman living with HIV gets unprotected sexual relations with each other, HIV gets transmitted from one body to another, and a person without HIV also gets infected. Let's say there are two people, okay, and out of, let's say there are partners, and one of the partner has HIV, and that partner does not use protection while having sex, or does not use protection while engaging into sexual activity, then that person infects the other person with HIV. In the long term run, he or she becomes a victim of AIDS, and as the years pass by, that HIV can further cause you AIDS. Unprotected sexual relation is found more common among sex workers. So obviously unprotected sex is seen highly in sex worker. Okay, sex worker are basically a prostitutes who sell their body at night for sex. Okay, now what happens is that they have been with multiple partners. They have been with I don't know who all. Okay, they have been with n number of people, and then when they get engaged into sexual activity with somebody else, they are already infected with AIDS, they also spread AIDS like that to other people. Okay, a man who has a sexual relation with a woman prostitute having AIDS gets it transmitted into him. Similarly, sexual relation between women prostitute and a man with AIDS result in a former having the same. So what they are trying to say is that, let's say there is a sex worker who has AIDS, and if she gets engaged into a sexual relation with the customer, then that customer will get AIDS. Okay, or that customer will get HIV. Now, let's say that the customer is having an HIV and the sex worker is not having HIV, and both of them get engaged into sexual activity. Then, from that man, that sex worker will get HIV. So it's both ways, right? Let's say I am a sex worker and I have HIV and a customer comes to me, then I will end up giving that person HIV. Let's say I am a sex worker, I do not have HIV, but my customer who is coming to me has HIV. Then that person's HIV will come into me. I will get infected. So that is how AIDS is spread usually. Thus, unprotected sexual relation transmits the disease. So this is how they keep on promoting, right? That's why they keep on promoting use of condoms, right? Why? For to make sure that the spread of HIV and AIDS can be stopped. In the modern age, norms related to virginity and extramarital relations have weakened, and there is also increase in sexual willingfulness. So we are living in a modern time, right? And earlier, what was there? People used to think that I will only get engaged into sexual activity after marriage. So that part, that is called virginity. What is virginity? When you have not engaged yourself in sexual activity at all, that is called virginity. Okay, so lot of time girls and boys used to think that we will only have sex after marriage, or we will lose our virginity only after marriage. So that is why most of the youngsters were protected from AIDS. And also what has happened is that people are having extramarital affair. Extramarital affair એટલે ઘરે wife તો હોય પણ બાર કોક બીજી હોય. Okay, so that's called extramarital affair. Having affair outside marriage is called extramarital affair. Lot of time people are having extramarital affair, and that also spreads AIDS. And it also shows that the value system in our society has become less. The value system in our society has become very very low. Ki people are losing their virginity before marriage, people are engaging into sexual activity before marriage, people are having extramarital affair outside marriage. So all these are the problems that are associated with AIDS, and all these are the problems that are associated that the morals, the values in our society has become so less. And why has it become so less? Because people want to explore their sexual side. Okay, now youngsters also want to explore their sexual side at a very young age, like at a teenage age. So that is bad, it's wrong, because sometimes these youngsters are not aware about AIDS, they are not aware about HIV, and they end up getting infected by all these things. TV serials, films, and social media have an adverse impact on mutual loyalty of husband and wife. So we see TV serials, we see films, we see movies in which they show lot of sexual content. They show lot of times where husband is having an affair outside marriage, or wife is having affair outside marriage. So when people see all these things, they get affected by it, and they feel that there's no point being loyal to your husband, there's no point being loyal to your wife, and they end up having affair outside marriage, and they end up getting AIDS in that return sometimes. Messages conveyed through these mediums have generated and intensified the desire of having variety in sexual life. So whenever we see the serials, these movies or TV shows, or your web series, what do they promote? They promote variety in life. They say ki, what is the point in having sexual relations only with your wife? You should explore more. You should have multiple partners so that you can have some spice in your life, you can have some good life and all that. And in that zone you end up getting AIDS, and you end up spreading AIDS to your wife or to your husband, whatever. Okay. As a result of these incidents of rape in metropolis villages have been increasing. So what they are trying to say is that because of this whole idea of having multiple partners, and when they don't get partners, what do? They rape the person. Okay, that's why rapes are also happening in villages, not only in cities, even in villages rapes are happening. According to the annual report of National Crime Record Bureau for the year 2013, in the whole India, 24,923 rape cases were registered in 2012, and 98% of the total rapists was a close or a known person. So they did a report and they found out that, rape cases are increasing, and they found out that the mainly who were engaging into rape, usually it was relatives or people they knew. Usually rape is done by people whom the victim knows the person. Victim એટલે જેની હારે રેપ થયું છે એ માણસને ઓળખતો હતો, કાં એનો ફેમિલી મેમ્બર હોય, કાં એનો ફ્રેન્ડ હોય, somebody or the other. Okay. Homosexual relations have also increased. Person in gay and lesbian relationships have more chances of acquiring AIDS. Okay, so what they're trying to say is that homosexual relations have increased now, which is a good thing. But one negative aspect of it is that even AIDS have increased, because people who are gays and lesbians, they have more chances of getting AIDS than a couple who is a boy and a girl. Okay, so a homosexual couple is more prone to getting AIDS than a heterosexual couple. Okay, that is seen, and the reason is because uh, having sexual life in gay and lesbian is little different than how a man and a woman has sexual experience. Okay, જે રીતના man અને woman sex કરે, એ રીતના gays અને lesbians sex ન કરે. So that is the reason why lesbians and gays have more chances of getting AIDS compared to a heterosexual couple. Countries like America, Africa, England have larger number of persons engaged in gay and lesbian relationship, and also large number of persons with AIDS. Gay and lesbian relationships are legally approved in this country. So in America, Africa, Europe, England, all these places, gays and lesbians are accepted. So that is why gays and lesbians get engaged into sexual relations, and that's why more cases of AIDS are there in these countries. Okay. Thus, unprotected sexual relations is the major reason for the spread of AIDS. So, this was your unprotected sexual relations. Now, AIDS through blood. Now, how is AIDS spread through blood? That is the next topic that we are going to discuss. As we learned, HIV cannot survive in outer environment for longer time. But once it enters the human body and comes into the contact with bodily fluids, whether it's blood, sperm, or vaginal secretion, it is not possible to eliminate it. So what they are saying is that once HIV is outside your body, okay, it won't harm you. But once it enters your body through fluids, then it harms you. Fluids means either it enters through blood, either it enters through sperms. Okay, that is if I'm having it enters, you all know that sperm is a secretion that male releases, okay, or men releases. That's how babies are formed, right? I don't need to go into that because you've already done that in 10th standard. So it's spread through blood, it's spread through sperms, and it's spread through vaginal secretion. That is that liquid that your vagina secretes. Vagina is the private organ of a female. So a lot of time you have the white secretion that comes out from your vagina, from your genital, especially before and after your menstrual cycle, or before and after your periods. Through that also it is spread. So it is spread through vaginal secretion. It's spread through sperm. Sperm is the secretion of male. Okay, like how we have secretion in females, even males have certain secretions. So that secretion is called sperm. So it's either spread through sperm and through blood. It is not possible to eliminate it. So once it enters your body through blood, through sperm, or through vaginal secretion, then it's not possible to remove it out. This means that in a critical situation when blood is required, taking blood of a person having HIV is dangerous. So whenever you require blood or whenever you want blood, and it's very dangerous to take blood from a person who has HIV. Blood of HIV infected person is an important factor for spread of AIDS. Now when HIV infected person donates blood or gives blood, and if that blood is given to somebody else who doesn't have HIV, then you can get AIDS and you can get HIV both. Acquiring untested blood from the person who regularly sell their blood for money also increases the possibility of AIDS. So lot of time when you donate blood, okay, they test your blood. Okay, they do the testing of your blood to check whether you have AIDS or not. Okay, it's a lot of, there are a lot of banks, blood banks, who don't test your blood. And lot of people, what they do is they continuously keep donating the blood for money. Okay, કે હું મારું 1 લીટર લોહી આપીશ તું મને પૈસા આપજે. So when they continuously donate blood for money, then those people have higher chances of getting AIDS. The reason is, see, I'll tell you what happens is that whenever you donate blood, you can't donate blood again within 6 months. Let's say I donated blood in Jan, I can't donate blood in Feb. I have to wait for 6 months to donate my blood again. So in 1 year I can donate blood twice. Okay, so if you keep on donating again and again, you have higher chances of getting AIDS. In the sense, it doesn't mean, see, 1 year ની અંદર 2 વાર હું donate blood કરું તો that is fine, but I can't keep donating blood in every month. That's what they are trying to say. Okay, donating blood is not bad, but donating blood for money is bad. In addition, traditional method of delivery, sorry in sorry use of tested blood provides protection against AIDS. So whenever you have tested the blood, it protects you from AIDS. Further, implantation of any part of the body of a person with HIV will infect the taker. So what they're trying to say is that if you're donating your organ, let's say if I'm donating my heart or kidney or liver, and if I have AIDS or if I have HIV, then I can spread HIV to another person also. That is, whoever is the taker, whoever is getting that organ of mine will get AIDS because I have HIV. So that's why usually whenever you donate blood, they do the HIV test. Whenever you are donating your organ, they do the HIV test. So I will stop here for today. Please go through this, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me in person or you can text in the group.